Behold, the World War I 1911. This particular pistol was invented by John Moses Browning, a very infamous weapon designer. Now, how the 1911 came to be was in the 1800s, we had been using revolvers. We had the Colt Army, we had the M1892, whether it was the Wild West, whether it was the Spanish-American War, whether it was the Philippines. Sidearms were a huge part of the US militaries and many other militaries. Up until about World War I, the rest of the Western world decided that they needed a semi-auto self-loading pistol. Certain designs started coming around, like the Luger P08, the Mars automatic pistol, the C96 broom handle Mauser, the FN 1910, and even the Beretta M1915. So there were already a few semi-automatic pistol designs out there and were currently in production. But the United States, who was using the M1892 chambered in .38, was not enough firepower, and neither was the 9mm Parabellum that was very popular in Europe, along with a lot of other smaller calibers. And that is when we get to the original design of the 1911. Production began in 1912, and shortly after, the military ordered about 30,000 of these for their soldiers. Even the Marine Corps and Navy also ordered from Colt as well. So not too long after we started issuing these out, a silly thing called World War I broke out. A lot of countries were in need of firearms during World War I, and most notably Russia had a severe lack of firearms. They also ordered a lot of Colt 1911s, as well as the United Kingdom, as well as France, and even Canada ordered quite a few from the United States, which at the time had one of the largest mass production capabilities out of any country. But going back to the .38 round that was used prior to the 1911, they decided to upgrade and use a much larger caliber, the .45 ACP, which is known to have a lot more stopping power, as you can see here. So it's safe to say that the .45 ACP round does in fact have good stopping power. After World War I, the United States had produced quite a lot of 1911s. So, contrary to a lot of movies about World War II, the World War I 1911 was actually used a lot during the Second Great War, and later, towards the end, the United States would start issuing the 1911 A1s. They would even see service throughout Korea and Vietnam just because of the sheer amount that the US military had. So, this lasted the United States military all the way from World War I to 1985. An extremely long service life for a pistol that was invented over 100 years ago, as well as being one of the most iconic pistols in the entire world. You see these in video games, you see these in movies. It also has been a huge pop culture icon. Thank you guys for sitting down with me and checking this very, very cool World War I 1911 out. I really appreciate you guys staying until the end of the video, and I will see y'all in the next one.